Okay, High Wings, let's go back to memory lane where we talk about the console that you grew up with the most, the Xbox.
Yeah, you were gonna ask if I own an Xbox, right?
Right.
Yeah, I remember. The reason why I bought an Xbox was mainly because I heard really good things about it, and I did not at all bought it just so I could solely play the volleyball game from Dead or Alive.
I don't have that game in my collection. Anyway, let's move on to
Mm,
the games that I kind of play the least from here to all the way here. So the games I played the most from here all the way to here. Okay, here it
yeah.
is. NHL '06. Everybody knows how much of a hockey fan I am, but it was an okay game. That's all I can say.
Typically sports games did not, in my opinion, did not really translate as well until it came to the next console.
Hmm.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like sports games most of the time they just feel like they're just like a byproduct of the actual sports and everything. It's just there for fun, just kind of like fantasy football or fun in the game.
Yeah. Oh,
But
here's one. Still Life. I remember I told you about this game. Oh man.
oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah. You thought this was a horror game? It sort of kind of is, but this is an adventure game. The one on the Xbox doesn't play like a point-and-click adventure game like the PC version does. It basically is like plays like Grim Fandango, where you have full control of the character and make him move around and select objects and solve puzzles and stuff. This was fantastic, but you all saw the review in this game. You saw how much I really like Victoria McPherson as my favorite character of Still Alive. But after playing this game, it was brutal, but it's not really. It didn't really have high replay value. It's just like once you finished it, you're basically done with it. I just wanted the people to get into the adventure genre, to understand why it's so great and so obscure. Okay, now let's go down to another one. From Russia with Love. Sean Connery, one of the best James Bonds ever.
I am Bond, James Bond. There's a tarantula crawling on my chest. Oh no, that's just my chest hair.
Oh man, this was a pretty good James Bond game. I would have to say this is one of my favorite ones because this was the one that my father and I played the multiplayer the most. I mean, yeah, like a third-person action James Bond game. This was fantastic. James Bond doesn't need to be in first person, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, here's the
Alright.
Halo 2 map pack with the three available demos too.
Halo 2. I'm finishing this multiplayer.
Yep, not much I can say about that. Anyway, here's one wrestling game that tried to compete with the what was it, the SmackDown series on the PlayStation 2, but it just didn't work well. Raw 2. The Raw series on the Xbox were horrible. They were horrible. Oh, sorry, let me get the camera. They were horrible because of the fact that the controls were so awkward, so all over the place. I mean, I like the fact that it was trying to push the limits of the Xbox technology, but the gameplay, it's just oh god, why is the control so complex to actually control anything in this game?
The Xbox thing here is every time I see a wrestling cover or any wrestling game, I start thinking it's from the 90s or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially the Raw's logo, Raw 2.
Raw 2. Okay.
Big muscles.
Now, let's move on to the next game. Probably one of the worst wrestling games of all time.
I thought that was a Power Ranger. Oh, wait, from the side, when the camera was blurry, I thought it was a Power Rangers logo.
WrestleMania 21. Customization is terrible. The variety of enemy designs. I mean, the graphics was good, but this is the proof that graphics don't mean shit because the gameplay is horrible. The roster is pathetic. Oh my god, and everything is so gosh darn slow. So slow, in fact, that everything in this game is terrible. I didn't even give a damn about what's happening in this.
Is that John Cena in the back?
Yeah, and right behind him is Randy Orton looking like he's about... oh, God.
About to share some manly compassion.
John Cena sucks. But still, this is a horrible, horrible wrestling game.
Oh, boy.
Now, let me tell you a long story short. These two games are boring. Professional Drag Racing 2000.
I can kind of tell from the cover already, like, this is just not going to end well. Where did you find these two games, like, in the darkest...
I don't know why I have this game on my collection. It was only down for $2.
You must have found this in the deepest, darkest recess of a rental store or something.
Yeah, here's another game, Edna Eddie. I really liked the show on Cartoon Network, but it wasn't that fun. Long story short, it's just like trying to collect Jawbreakers, and I got bored to tears with it.
Goodness.
Okay, next game, Tony Hawk Underground 2. This is proof that the Tony Hawk series cannot continue anymore. Because they went to the formula where nothing is at all exciting. Their ideas is pathetic. It's just like, why do we really need to make any more... Oh, God. Need to make any more Tony Hawk games when you have nothing at all impressive to make. Everything here is generic.
It's kind of like releasing like a football game every new year. Like,
That's true.
It doesn't make sense.
That's true. Oh, God, it's terrible. Oh, I got this one at the small bargain bin. Who plays college football? This is what my father bought me. I couldn't even believe he got me this.
Wait, college football has a video game?
Yeah, NCAA. It's not NFL.
That don't make any sense. Like, these are college kids playing football. Like, who the hell are they? Who the hell is going to remember these people in the year?
Especially 2005. Well, on the back, there's another game. It's called Topspin, the tennis game.
Oh man,
it's boring. I don't care about these games. Okay. No wonder why these games are so at the bottom right, because I don't even play these anymore. I don't even know why I even put them in the collection.
Hey, at least it's fun. We're having some fun at them, poking sticks.
Look at this. Wolfenstein! Tides of War.
It's like, I haven't taken a crap in 3 days.
Maybe it is worthwhile to collect all these bad games to hear your reaction.
It's like, I don't get paid enough for this. Why am I in Germany? Wait, does this just Tides of Tuna? Like,
God.
I can't read it. The camera's blurry.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Plan them hits. Goodness, I'm not getting paid for this crap. God. It's like, I don't know. Let's go to the other one.
All right. Next one. Now, the sequel here... Okay, let me talk about the Mech Assault series, because because the Mech Assault series came from the Mech Warrior series, which was Microsoft's #1 PC games on the personal computer. Mech Warrior was so awesome, but Mech Assault, even though they were trying to make us try to bring the Mech series into the Xbox, the first one was fantastic. The second one was horrible. Ugh.
Well, that cover, to me, I thought it looked like a big nose of an airplane or something.
No, it's of an airplane.
Now I see, it's a man's face. a man's face with bug eyes.
Oh, God, this was... Okay, I like the customization. I like how like a lot of things we're doing here. But the first one was better. I like Mech Assault the most. It's not the best Xbox games, but it's just there. Let me put them back. It's hard to do this with only one hand.
Okay, man. Or maybe, maybe just kind of give yourself a quick rest or something.
Nah, I gotta get this thing through. Done and fast. Okay. Alright, here's one.
Is that Hercules?
Almost. It's Dungeons & Dragons Heroes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they tried to put in a Dungeons & Dragons games there. Problem is, it's an overhead hack and slash game. It's not an RPG like we all expected from Dungeons and Dragons, the tabletop role playing game. It was okay. It was only good for playing multiplayer. That was it. But here, finally, we got some good Xbox games. Crimson Skies.
Crimson's. Oh wow, I heard this game. I heard good things about this game too.
Yeah, basically it's a flight simulator mixed with sandbox, and I really like the fact that like you can choose missions wherever you want, fly anywhere you want, and the level designs of a tropical landscape mixed in 1930s when propeller airplanes were actually popular. Oh my goodness, this was so fantastic. Wonder why Microsoft never made a sequel of this game.
Kind of like why BioWare never made a sequel to Jade Empire. Like,
yeah. And we'll get there. Oh man, Mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
Oh wow, I still got the. I can't believe I still got the tag sticker of this game.
Power to the gamer. $22, but if you're not a member, you have to pay $2 more.
Actually, this wasn't GameStop.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh, where you buy it?
I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. Mercenary. It's a third person sandbox game where you're basically shooting you're basically in North Korea shooting North Korean armies who are trying to invade South Korea.
I don't know, I feel like this is like offensive to North Koreans everywhere.
Of course it is. We all hate North Koreans.
Yeah, but like North Koreans will never get offended because they will never see this video. Because I don't know.
All right, now let's move on to an inferior game from the Nintendo 64, Conquer Live and Reloaded. I love the graphics of this game, but the problem was they decreased everything that was so awesome from the N64 games. They censored all the... Okay, look, it said, warning, this game is not for anyone under age of 17. If that's so, then how come you have to blurp out the swear words?
Oh, that's not fun.
That's not fun. And also, like, the multiplayer here, it's not even... It's generic. Oh Lord, man. It's just like, I didn't even care about, like... It just is like, all the awesome things from Conker's Bad Fur Day just was degraded just for the sake that Microsoft demanded them. I miss Rare when they were with Nintendo. Rare and Microsoft, they don't fit well at all.
Yeah. I don't know, like Microsoft, they're always demanding sometimes unrealistic expectations of their video games companies.
Yeah.
Especially setting down deadlines that are probably way too soon for them to finish.
Okay, now let's move on to actually one of my favorite Xbox games ever, Panzer Dragoon, Orta.
Ooh, I remember I wanted to buy this game, but for some odd reason I returned it because like I wanted to save my $50 and I don't know. Well, what's your opinion about the game?
I think this game was fantastic. It truly justified the spirit and the very essence from the first Panzer Dragoon games from first two Panzer Dragoon games from the Sega Saturn days. I remember Panzer Dragoon from Sega to Saturn, and this game plays like Star Fox.
Man,
instead you have like a laser shooting dragon where you're able to like lock on to enemies, release it, and then the mountains of laser will be shooting at them, and then you're searching for improvements for your dragon to evolve. This was a fantastic game series. I really wish Sega could just. I really wish that Sega could just stop, slow down on overselling Sonic the Hedgehog all the time and go back to the series Panzer Dragoon, because seriously, there's so many Sega Saturn games that are so forgotten and it hasn't been re-released for the modern consoles today.
That is true. I really wish that they would pursue other games like this, because everyone's seen Sonic a million times, and I feel like he's been overused. Let that guy sit down and take a break.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right from the bottom of my heart, the Panzer Dragoon series is actually the best Sega series made by Sega ever.
Oh my
And this
goodness.
is the last game of the series. It's just like, why couldn't you make another Panzer Dragoon game? Hell, why not a Panzer Dragoon Saga sequel? That was so good.
I wish I bought the game. I don't know, for some reason I returned this along with like a save copy that I remember I bought. I was trying to buy me this game copy called it was the Spawn version with Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah, that's true. Soul
like,
Calibur 2 had Spawn. That's right.
What I did was that I hid I hid the copy of this game in the back of a shelf, so when I saved up enough money, I would buy it.
All right, now let's go to some of my favorite Xbox games up here. All right, everybody, here it is. Let's begin right out of the way. Halo 1 and 2. I like the first Halo, and I will still stick to with it. And I bought the Xbox for no other reason but to get Halo 2 because I really liked the first Halo. But God, Halo 2, I really hated playing the Arbiter. Arbiter sucked, man.
In retrospect, I think Timmy Master Chief with his helmet now, he looks like a armored turtle.
Yeah.
Turtle, Ninja Turtle.
What do you think about the Halo series, High Wings?
I think it's an awesome shooter. It's really fun, and it was before the terrible ending of Halo 2. I think it was one of the first video games that really incorporated the movie formula really well into video games, and it's the thing that made video games so big to what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
I really like kind of playing some games that have a grand scale of epicness, and that's one thing I like about Halo is because it kind of makes it like a last dogfight, you make it or break it.
Yeah. Hey, come to think of it, High Wings, I think you and I were the only ones who bought. Okay, minus Halo 2. I think you and I are the only ones who realizes the magic of the original Xbox, other than just throwing Halo. Because every time when I see an Xbox games list, obviously they're going to throw in Halo as the #1 game of their list.
Yeah, I mean, I played other games other than Halo, and I don't know. Well, Halo's okay for me. I'm not really much of a shooter myself. I like more fighting games and RPGs and other stuff like that.
All right. Yeah. Oh, sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
I don't know, because I don't know. To be honest, every other game on Xbox or Xbox 360 it's always shooters. To me, they're all the same.
Yeah, and speaking of shooters, Deus Ex: Invisible War.
I've never even heard of this game.
Play the original Deus Ex. It's much better than this one.
I will not even acknowledge its existence. This guy looks weird.
I refuse to acknowledge its existence because the role-playing here is terrible. The action here is not that good. And this game was so overhyped. I couldn't even believe that how much people were on this game's dick. Oh, God.
It got a 9. Really? 9.1?
There's other games from the Deus Ex series that's so much better than Invisible War. I'm with the Spoony one here in this one. This is one of the most disappointing sequels ever.
Yeah, but I guess.
All right. Now, here's one of my favorite... pardon me. My favorite multi-plat games from the 6th generation consoles, from PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox, but it's better to play the Xbox version of this game series. The trilogy of... the trilogy of Tom Clancy's. Oh, God. It's just oh, man, my brother forgot to bring me back Splinter Cell, but this was at the time, I so totally missed out on the Splinter Cell series that I had no other choice but to buy this collection in order to play Splinter Cell. My brother has my Splinter Cell Chaos Theory collection. This used to be in my collection right up here, but Chaos Theory was the best game of the Splinter Cell series ever, and yeah, I really am in love with the Splinter Cell series, and I just really wish that I got into the series when I first played it at the beginning. I remember I first played the original on the demo, and it was sold out from the video game store where I always buy my copies of video games. And when Chaos Theory finally released, I had no choice but to buy that game, and I had a blast with it. Not as good of a blast with the Metal Gear Solid series, but I think Splinter Cell Chaos Theory was the last good Splinter Cell game. Every new Splinter Cell game is terrible, but right now they got Blacklist that's kind of trying to bring back the old Splinter Cell gameplay, so I'm bringing hope and faith for it. Hello?
I'm here, dude.
Oh, okay, because you wouldn't say anything. Hey, here's a Star Wars game. Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2? Oh my god. I remember you and I and Muya played this.
Yeah, we were basically playing our favorite Star Wars troopers from each era, and you have all these level level design choices you want to choose in order to put from that was seen from the movies and the comic books and all the other stuff that was not that was outside of the movie series of Star Wars. Oh my god! Oh my god! This was like my Star Wars fantasy come true until another Star Wars games here in my collection I will mention sooner or later. Fantastic, all the way, bar none, worth collecting. I mean, like, this game was made for nothing more than just the multiplayer.
Oh my goodness, the multiplayer was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was perfect, almost perfect. All right, here's one: Far Cry Instincts.
Far Cry from this. Wow, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about what type of game Far Cry is, because like
it's a first person. Okay, nowadays, Far Cry 3 is a first person sandbox game, but this one is strictly a first person shooter.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, because like I remember it's like they had so many weird different types of like games. Like Far Cry's been so many different things at this point.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the next one. Blinks, the Time Sweeper. One of the very few 3D platformers run on the Xbox on the original Xbox. When you bought this game, you thought this was going to be the next Mario game, but instead this became the most Japanesey generic 3D platformer seen from the early days of the PlayStation 1. It was pretty good. I liked the sweeping, but I just didn't really like the generic music that was being played over and over again. It just annoyed me, All right. Yeah. Now, let's get down to Chronicles of Riddick. Escape from Bush Bay.
Supposedly I hear that this was not so bad. This was somewhat good.
Yeah, this is actually one of the best movie games available only for the Xbox. I remember a lot of Xbox owners praised this game as like being as good as Halo because the stealth mechanics. Oh my god, and how much it really stands truly faithful to the movies. Oh man, and I really even love Vin Diesel's performance. Hey, you want to deal some drugs? I have no interest. Okay, now let's move on to another game. Hitman 2.
Hitman, I'ma hit that.
Yeah, I stand by every word saying that I love stealth games, and oh my god, this was fantastic. Oh my goodness, I really love the fact that this game, was better than the first one by every means of the definition, and also I like the main character here, and you have so many creative ways of how to kill your enemies stealth-like, and yeah, I think that's all I can say. This was fantastic from bar none. All right, now let's get down to you and I know how beautiful this game was. And we got to talk a lot about this one. Shenmue 2.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. What did you think about the first game, the events that happened in the first game is put into all the cutscenes from the first game was all set into DVD?
I think that was kind of genius, mainly because I guess they didn't really bring Shenmue 1 into the Xbox, so I guess that would help catch up people. But I thought it was kind of cool. It just added another sense or depth to the series. Yeah. Do
you agree with me that the ending of Shenmue 2 is probably one of the best endings ever seen in a video game?
It is. It is beautiful, and it is just, oh my god, it just makes me want to see more because it kind of reminds me of I feel like this game should have been put into a movie series. It probably was part from the 80s.
Yeah, I love the series for bringing that nostalgic feeling of those classic kung fu movies.
Yeah, and I feel like on this cover, oh my god, it's just so beautiful. It makes all these characters from the video game look so iconic.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, High Wings. I can't believe I found a copy of it, even though I no longer own the Dreamcast, but I had to buy it anyway. This is rare, and I bought this for only $1.
$1? Oh my god. Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like one of those reasons why I don't have a console, the console that was made for this game, but I bought it anyway just for nostalgic reasons. I have to say
uh,
I like Shenmue 2 better than the first one, mainly because God, it's just like the events that's happening in China. It feels like okay, the first game it was just not. It was just trying to figure out how to get out of Japan and get to China, and seeing Ryu's father dead. But
yeah.
the sequel, it just basically told us what Shenmue is.
Well, I have to say that. I mean, I think anyone who would play number one would kind of not like number one too much because let's be honest, we all did everything in there just so we could. Well, I mean, we did all the things you would do in there is just so you can go to China. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's true. But
And
Shenmue
like,
2, it's just like this was a blast. I mean, like you're bringing an adventure game sandbox genre mixed it with fighting mechanics seen from Virtual Fighter. Oh God, fantastic!
it adds like a different feel to the game, especially
Yeah,
those
I'm
fighting
begging for
moves.
Shenmue 3 and the seeing conclusion of the series.
And the quick time events it's kind of cool to see like how the game can play in so many different scenarios, especially if you kind of mess up and like you end up not getting your bag.
Yeah,
uh,
that's true. All right, now let's get down to another one. Fable.
Mixed feelings, but okay.
Yeah, Peter Molyneux makes a lot of lies, but I didn't even know who was Peter Molyneux before I bought this game. I still prefer Fable: The Lost Chapters more because Jack of Blaze's voice was so much more epic than this one.
And there's just so much content, and the game just feels a lot more fuller. And
Yeah,
you get to see Rose Breyer more and see what she's all about.
yeah, that's true. Oh my
Oh
God!
man.
And don't forget the whorehouse from Fable: The Lost Chapters.
Oh yeah, that kind of made it a lot better too. Like you it's just another immersion in there too, which I think was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like Fable,
Uh,
that was like Fable: The Lost Chapters. It's like actually one of my all-time favorite Xbox games ever. All
yeah,
right,
I feel like Lost Chapters was a lot more. It was a polisher, more fuller game. Like Fable didn't feel like it. It didn't feel as complete until that game.
yeah, that is so true. All right, now let's get down to the Bioware games before they were good.
Uh,
Before when they were used to be good. All right, here
yeah. Oh my god. Well, no, they're still good. They just had a few rough patches. They only had two last games.
and
That's no,
EA
not,
and EA.
and yeah.
No. But now let's talk about their days on the Xbox. Oh man, didn't Bioware and Microsoft fit together as like as Rare and Nintendo?
Yeah, they did. And this game is, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Like, I feel like this is the last great Xbox game before they switched to 360.
Yeah.
This game you could even play this game on the 360, which is amazing. And the game graphics not only is also just as polished and it looks beautiful. Like the whole world looks so amazing,
Hmm.
and you just want to see more of it. And there's just gameplay, story. It fits so well together. And I feel like the Jade Empire, it's a beautiful series. I just wish they did more to the game.
Yeah.
You know, like made like another video game like they did with Mass Effect or you know Dragon Age. I feel like this is a game that's been put on the shelf too long. I think there's a lot of potential.
Hmm. All right, now let's move on to Knights of the Old Republic.
This hands down most awesomest game. This is awesome ever. Like like during its time, like at first I didn't know how the hell to play it, and it frustrated me a little bit because I was not used to turn-based dice playing combat. Like I was like, this feels so rigid, and like to me, I feel like a Jedi should be more fluid or more, you know, or fight more easily, kind of like Jedi Outcast or Knights of the Old Republic, or I mean, you know, or Jedi Academy. But I love the story. To me, this is the best story-driven Star Wars game ever. Like, and this game took me a while to beat, like maybe a couple of months, almost to a year or something.
Yeah. Oh man, this is one of those games that was good for just being one singular game. It didn't need a sequel. It didn't need a prequel. This is just its own story and set in the same universe with the Star Wars series. And best of all, the variety of characters you can have in your team, in your squad, and leveling up and all that stuff. It just like it feels like the most solid role-playing game ever.
And I love all the characters. They're all so amazing in there.
Now, I got one question. Would you prefer this game over Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time?
Nah, it's hard. Yes, I would.
Yeah, because you keep saying Ocarina of Time is your favorite game of all time, and now this is your favorite game of all time, huh?
I know. Well, I mean, it's like you're asking like a parent to say who's your more favorite child. Like you can't just say that one. It's wrong. I feel like I love them both equally.
All right.
Because yeah, oh my goodness, and like I don't know, I was a little disappointed. Like Hallow Nord, like I really was wanting him to be like a companion on my team. Then it just turned out he's just a bounty hunter you just have to kill anyway.
All right, now we're almost done with the Xbox collection here. Let's go talk about one of my favorite 3D platformers that, oh man, it should have been my 3D platformers list. Voodoo Vince.
Voodoo Vince.
Oh, the theme song of this game was also I used this for my video game genres theme song. Welcome to Video Game Genres. This was so fantastic. This game, it's one of those games that mixes well with comedy and gameplay, and I love how creative this game was. It kind of reminded me of Psychonauts, where the fact that like you're a voodoo doll, you can inflict pain on yourself to hit your enemies, and you have all these puzzling elements that feel so good. Oh god, it's just like everything in this game was so creative. You can switch time zones to night and day when you're seeing the clock. Oh god, what else can I say about this game? It's awesome.
Oh my goodness, I wish. Well, what type of game is it? Because I've never played it.
It's a 3D platformer.
Can we see the back? Okay. Only on the Xbox. When did you first buy this game?
I played this game on the demo when it was remember in the PX where they were showing demos on their game in their game section.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I played Voodoo Vince, that was so fantastic. I really wanted to get this game.
Wait, how old were you when you got this game?
Okay, when it was released in 2002. I was 12, but I did not get this game until I was I think it was like when the Xbox was dying out. That was 2006.
Wow.
Yeah. This game had a lot of personality. I loved it. It just like, everything that I love about 3D platformers, it's all in here. And speaking of 3D platformers, I saved the best two for last. Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. Yeah, I love the Oddworld series. And I was one of those guys who bought the PlayStation 2 expecting an Oddworld game to be released there, but no, they had to put it on the Xbox, and I had to get it. I had to wait for my folks to, I had to be so good to my folks that they could give me an Xbox, and I didn't get that until Halo 2 was being released. But man, this was so fantastic. I love the fact that being able to control Mudokons and switch characters from Abe to Munch. And Munch can control the fuzzies and all that stuff. This was like a real-time strategy mixed with 3D platforming. Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, what else can I say about this game? Oddworld inhabitants, they did a fantastic job. But now, it's been a long time since I did that top 10 favorite games minus Halo list. But now I have to decide what is my all-time favorite Xbox game ever. Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath. The second best game of the Oddworld series turned out to be the best game on the Xbox. Fuck EA, man. They should have promoted this game like the best game ever, because this is this is multiple game genres into one. A 3D platformer, first-person shooter, third-person action-adventure game, stealth game, bounty hunter game, sandbox game. Oh my god, this is like, How could you guys miss out on this game? This was one of the best things ever. Did you know? This game was worth making just one review. This was my last video game review ever until I jumped to video game genres and other video project. I mean, not video game genres. This is my very last video game review before I went to gaming in the 90s. But man, I thought long and hard to myself that this has to be the best Xbox games ever.
My goodness.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the more game in the collection.